the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. Please join me. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel God's mighty power and God's grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
Good morning, and welcome to the Unity Center for Positive Living in Everett, Washington. Those of you who are sitting here know that very well. Those of you who are online, maybe not as much so. Let's start our time together today with a reading from the Daily Word. And I forgot to bring my copy with a big print. This is Cindy's. Okay, so June 1st. Divine zeal is my impulse to accomplish great things. Toward the end of his long life, Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore famously wrote, "I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me." This story shows me that, as a divine gift, zeal is always mine to call upon, no matter my age or the state of my life. It is the impulse that makes me eager to rise in the morning and gives me energy to get started on the day's tasks. It drives me to give the best of myself to those people and things that I care most about. Zeal is quickening, enlivening energy that helps me feel the presence of God within and bring that presence to life in a way that only I can. I sizzle with zeal. With passion and enthusiasm, I live, love, and serve. And the scripture for the day is, "Do not lag in zeal, be ardent in spirit, serve the Lord." And that's from Romans chapter 12, verse 11. Okay, so let's go the opening statement. I'll read it, and then we'll say it together. And it's in your June, brand new bulletin here. In the inside page, it says, "Divine zeal is my impulse to accomplish great things." So together, divine zeal is my impulse to accomplish great things. Okay. And then let's stand if you are able. And our opening hymn is on page 251 in the hymnal, the red book. Good to see you.
Good to see you. How are you? I am a channel
Okay, so again, welcome to Everett Unity. And I have a few introductions to make to you. You know that there are lots of people that are working behind the scenes sometimes, and we like to just introduce you to everybody that's serving you today. So when you came in, Therese is an usher, and I think that, yes, and Pam is helping there too. And by the way, if any of you are looking for a way to serve at church, normally I usher on the first Sunday when Joanna is here, but Cindy asked me to do this today, which was fine, but I couldn't usher as well, so Therese is subbing for me. But there's not a second usher assigned for this Sunday. So every Sunday I come in, I do my ushering, and I have to tap somebody if they would, and nobody ever says no. It's not a hard job, it's a fun job, just a nice little way to contribute to this church. So if you are interested in taking up that slot as an usher on the first Sunday of every month, why don't you let me know, okay? Or let Cindy know. Let somebody know so we know that it's covered. And otherwise, I'll just keep on tapping. So, thank you. So then also, our social hour today is hosted by Nadine and Yvonne downstairs in the social hall. And I wanted to announce that today's Nadine's birthday. Yes. So, yes, give her an extra hello and a little hug. There's a birthday cake down there for everybody for this month, but yes, you're kicking it off. Thank you. Audio video today is Walter and Josh, and our musicians are Terry and Ireland. Welcome back, Ireland. Where is she sitting? Oh, of course you are. All right. And Angie is in the nursery with our children. My name is Chris Druell, and Reverend Joanna Gabriel is back again, one of my favorite speakers. So she'll be giving our lesson and meditation today. And if you brought your cell phone in today, please make sure that it's turned off, or that's probably even better than having it buzz unless you're waiting for an emergency call from somebody. Just so that we can have a nice quiet meditation time here in a couple of minutes. And if you're visiting for us for the first time today, or for any other reason you would like some information describing Unity, there is a packet of information you can ask an usher for on your way out, and just give you a little idea, if you're not familiar with us, what we do and some of our philosophies of life. And so we hope that you have a wonderful time if you're new, and that you choose to visit us again if you like. And we don't follow you home or anything like that, but we always welcome people to come in. You don't have to have any Unity background. It doesn't matter. We're very eclectic. You know, everybody has a beautiful soul, and anybody that feels they want to be part of this community in whatever level, we welcome you. So let's see. So other announcements. There's a prayer box over when you walk out of the sanctuary to the right, where you go down the stairs to the social hall and where the lift is. There's a prayer box. If you have a request for prayer, you can put it in there. There's a little box, I think, with some forms that you could fill out. And there's a suggestion box as well. Let's see. So, and then this is a brand new month. So let me see if there's anything. Those of you who get the newsletter have already, if you've read it yet, have looked at what the activities are for the month. Coming up this week, we have our family fun night. It's always the first Friday of the month, yes. And that's a lot of fun. It's pretty open for what people want to do, right, Rick? Yeah, he's kind of got it going here, and so, yep. Yeah, there's games, there's puzzles, bring some snacks, sometimes there's music. Lots of fun people spend Friday night. And now you don't have to worry about driving home in the dark. So there's no excuses about, if you wanted to come, that you can't drive at night. Let's see, what else is coming up this week? Men's meeting, you're right, thank you. So there's the new men's group, and Skeet has initiated that, I don't see, is Skeet here today? Oh, too bad. Okay. And so, yeah, he initiated it, and he wrote a really nice article about it in the newsletter this month. So if you haven't read it yet, take a look. It's really nicely done, and I think it's a great thing for the guys to get together. And we used to have a group a long time ago, and then with COVID, it kind of fell apart. So I'm glad it's back in business. So and you don't have to be a member of the church. If you have guys out in the community that are your friends, you think they might like to come along, they are very welcome to come. You don't have to be a member here or whatever. So other things are second and fourth Sundays, like YOU and teens, and okay, that's about all I have to say. You can read the rest of it. All right, so, and by the way, I believe Cindy will be back next week. This was an unexpected absence for her. I don't know if, she's a grandma, a very loving grandma, and she got a call. Her family lives in California, her grandchildren, little boys, and their mom has been working out of the country on a project, and they thought it was all wrapped up and done, so they were back, and then she had found out recently that she had to go back for 2 weeks, and they have 2 little boys. And so their dad has been holding down the fort, and then mom, she has to stay another week. And Dad was saying, I think I need somebody else here, Grandma. and so Cindy, the wonderful grandmother, she was on her way there, so hopefully she'll be back next week. So let's, the next song we're going to have is page 72 in the Melodies from the Heart book. So if you stand as you are able, and it's all yours.
All right, and we're going to add another verse where we say, remember, but I will remind you. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit all around me. I am thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I'm thankful, so grateful. I am one in the spirit all around me. I am thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I am one in the spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I am one in the spirit all around me. I surrender, I surrender, I trust in God. I remember, I remember, I am one in the spirit all around me. I remember, I remember, I trust in God. I remember, I remember. I am one in the spirit all around me. I remember, I remember, I trust in God.
Good morning. It's June. Oh, on now? Okay. Okay, is that good? That's all right. We forgive you. Oh, let's take a deep breath. How are you all doing? I heard wonderful, I heard crazy. That's about right. Wonderfully crazy. Crazily wonderful. Breathe. Breathe. Earlier this morning, it crossed my mind about, wonder what our meditation will be about this morning. And I got this image of a hammock. A gossamer hammock. And it seemed appropriate. And so I encourage you to breathe and just relax and feel your presence here in the room and let go of whatever you had to do this morning and whatever you have to do later, and just be here now. And I invite you to consider bringing to mind your hammock. Whatever it looks like. Maybe it's gossamer, maybe it's iridescent, maybe it's all different colors, maybe it's one color. Where is your hammock? Is it under a palm tree in Hawaii? Is it on the beach? Here, somewhere, there's lots of wonderful beaches. Is it in your backyard? Is it next to the garden? And in our mind's eye, we can skip that whole process of trying to get in the hammock and just be in the hammock. Can you feel yourself? That easy sway and feeling of being held? Of being held. And this is our spiritual hammock. And we're held. And our hammock is knitted together with the love and light of divine beloved. Can you feel it? And if your hammock comes with an iced tea or something stronger, that's fine. Whatever works for you. Can you let yourself just be there held in that sweet space, knowing that you are held, that you are embraced, this hammock is just for you. Oh, on this bright day, when there's just a gentle breeze, it might be easy to imagine, to envision this sweet space. And the really amazing thing about this hammock is that it is available to you with just a thought. with just a thought, and you're there. Held, gently cradled. And isn't it a blessing in this time, dear ones, that you could have this space? That no matter what is going on out there, that this right here is yours and available to you with just a thought, with just a breath. And in this hammock, your heart may speak to you and say, I am. I am that I am. And that's all we need to know, isn't it? I am that I am. And whatever's going on for you, whether it's how it makes you feel to be living in this world we're living in, or maybe there's something that's going on for you. Maybe you've got a health thing or a money thing or a partnership thing or a family thing or whatever, work thing, neighborhood thing, whatever the thing is. Breathe and bring it right here. This sweet space with you in your hammock, it's not a place of denial. It's a place of total being, of awareness of who you truly are. I am that I am. And therefore, whatever's going on can be encapsulated, can be healed, can be rethought, refelt. A new beginning is available right here. And as you gently move and feel yourself held in this hammock, you may be able to think of someone who could use this space right now, could so use this reminder that they too are held, eternally held, eternally embraced. And maybe from your sweet space right here, you can envision them in their hammock. That whatever's going on, whatever it is, in this moment of now, they're being held in that sweet space. And being reminded, I am that I am. And that there is a new beginning, that there is divine order, that there is divine healing, that there is divine forgiveness, that there is a new beginning. They just have to breathe and allow it. Breathing and allowing. And now I invite you to, in your mind's eye, see our beautiful planet in a hammock. Can you see it? Being held, being embraced, being cradled by divine beloved, by all that is, by universal light and love. Whispering to each one of us, I am that I am. And so are you. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. There is peace. Amen.
Grateful for the morning, grateful for the sunlight on my face, grateful for the feeling, grateful for the knowing, grateful for the love that's in this place, grateful for believing that God is all there is, that God is all there is. Grateful for the morning.
flowing. Grateful for the love that's in this place. Grateful for believing that God is all there is. That God is all there is. God is all there is.
Beautiful, thank you, Ireland and Terry. It's gorgeous. So, for the last 5 months, we've been working on the 5 basic principles of unity. And now you all know what they are, right? So we'll pass out the tests. I'm just kidding. And so this month, the theme is what unity really is. And it seems to me that it might be kind of easy, given where we've walked the last 5 months, for you to have a sense of what unity really is. Do you have a sense of what unity really is? I think that Ireland was just singing about it, right? God is all there is. Well, what the essence of unity is, if you boil it down to one sentence, if you just have one sentence, it's finding the Christ in ourselves. Would you agree? Yeah. Finding the Christ in ourselves. And what you'll notice, given that, is that the 5 basic principles, what Ireland was just speaking, what the daily word has to say, every time you come to the space, it's about that in some shape or form. Because that is what unity is about. And it's important, and sometimes it can feel like an uphill climb, because most of us have lived in a world or have histories where we were taught that that's not what we're about, or that's an impossible thing, or that can only happen if some figure outside of us has some kind of mercy on us and decides to look our way and save us, right? And that's not what unity teaches. Unity teaches that we came in saved, that nobody needs saving. God is calling. That nobody needs saving. The only thing that needs to be saved is our memory of the truth of who we are as the Christ within. So I was thinking about how to think about this, how to approach this today. How could we look at this? And I was reminded of, have any of you ever been to Unity Village? Yeah, Walter, a couple of you, a few of you had. One of the things that's a beautiful feature of Unity Village are the fountains. Right, Walter?
Yes.
The fountains are beautiful. They have beautiful fountains. And have any of you ever been to Kansas City? Ever?
Yes.
Kansas City is known as the city of fountains. And in fact, Kansas City has over 200 fountains within the city limits. And they're very proud of their fountains, and they would like to call themselves the city of fountains of the world, but they can't, because Rome is the city of fountains for the world, However, and Rome has over 2,000 fountains within its city proper. However, Kansas City has more working fountains than Rome does. And they're very proud of that. Just ask them. Downtown Kansas City is a beautiful place. When I was first there, I was rather surprised at this little town in the middle of the Midwest, or the Midwest. Is that the Midwest? Yeah, the Midwest has this amazing kind of European-like architecture and has these fountains, working fountains all over the place. The downtown area is called the Plaza. It's really beautiful. I highly recommend a visit if you ever get a chance to be there. They're known for more than barbecue fountains. Anyway, way long time ago, 1991, I was at Unity Village for a month. And I was there because I was taking classes in preparation for ministerial school. And they would turn the fountains off during the winter, and in the spring, they turned the fountains back on, and it was a big deal on the day that they turned on the fountains. And this year, in 1991, when I was there, they turned them on my birthday. And I was very tickled and very excited that that happened. Anyway, what got me to thinking about the fountains was when I was looking at this statement about that the essence of unity is finding the Christ in ourselves. Emily Cady, a wonderful unity teacher who you know I talk about every chance that I get because she's a wonderful unity teacher, and she wrote what's considered the primer for unity teaching, which is Lessons in Truth. The co-founders of Unity, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, asked her to write that book back in the beginning of the last century or something. It was quite a while ago. And if you haven't read it, and it's not an easy read by any means. It's written in the language of the beginning of the last century, so it's kind of the language is kind of difficult, and Emily uses man all the time, like they all did at that point. So you just have to look past that and don't let that turn you away. Just keep going. Anyway, she wrote this article in 1917 called "Finding the Christ in Ourselves," and I'm going to share a little bit of it with you. And there is the man thing, and just get past that. Nothing wrong with man. It's just that there's more than man here, right? Throughout all his teachings, Jesus tried to show those who listened to him how he was related to the Father, and to teach them that they were related to the same Father in exactly the same way. Over and over again, he tried in different ways to explain to them that God lived within them and that he was a God of the living and not of the dead. And never once did he assume to do anything as of himself, always saying, "Of mine own self I can do nothing. The Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the work." But it was very hard then for people to understand, just as it is very hard for us to understand today. And that was in 1917. And I dare say we haven't progressed too far. Do you think? There were in the person of Jesus two distinct regions. There was the fleshly, mortal part, which was Jesus, the Son of Man. Then there was the central, living, real part, which was Spirit, the Son of God. That was the Christ, the Anointed. So each one of us has two regions of being. One, the fleshly, mortal part, which is always feeling its weakness and insufficiency in all things, always saying, "I can't." And then at the very center of our being, there is a something which in our highest moments knows itself more than conqueror over all things. It always says, "I can and I will." It is the Christ child, the Son of God, the Anointed in us. "Call no man your father on earth," said Jesus, "for one is your Father, which is in heaven." He who created us did not make us and set us off apart from himself. As a workman makes a table or a chair and puts it away as something completed and only to be returned to the maker when it needs repairing. Not at all. God not only created us in the beginning, but he is the very fountain of life ever abiding within us, from which fountain constantly springs up new life to recreate these mortal bodies. He is the ever abiding intelligence which fills and renews our minds. His creatures would not exist a moment were he to be, or could he be, separated from them. Ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them. And then Emily goes on to say, let us suppose a beautiful fountain which is supplied from some hidden but inexhaustible source. At its center, it is full of strong, vigorous life, bubbling up continually with great activity, while out around the circumference, the water is so nearly motionless as to have become impure and covered with scum. This exactly represents man. He is composed of a substance infinitely more subtle, more real than water. We are also his offspring. Man is the offspring, or the springing forth into visibility of God the Father. At the center, he is pure spirit, made in the image and likeness of the Father, substance of the Father, one with the Father, fed and renewed continually from the inexhaustible good, which is the Father. In him we live, move, and have our being. At the circumference, where stagnation has taken place, which is man's body, there is not much that looks godlike in any way. We get our eyes fixed on the circumference or external of our being. We lose consciousness of the indwelling, ever active, unchanging God at the center, and we see ourselves sick, weak, and in every way miserable. It is not until we learn to live at the center and to know that we have power to radiate from that center, this unceasing, abundant life, that we are well and strong and powerful. Does this make sense to you? Yes. Do you get that we're all fountains of life? That each one of us is a fountain that has the divine bubbling up from the center, always and in all ways? Does that make sense? Yes. And that when we focus there, our life is powerful, our life is clear. Yes. All things are possible. Yeah. I am that I am. The hammock is swinging gently back and forth. And when we get away from that center, what happens? Chaos, noise, fear, separation, hate, deportation, scum. You've been by the side of a pond, haven't you? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? When you're away from the center of the pond, it gets all kind of foamy and scummy and stuff because it's not at the center where the movement is, where the regeneration is, where the life of the pond is. And Emily says when we focus on the circumference, on the outer, on the weakness, we become weak. Do you see that that's what's going on in our world? We're all swimming around in the scum. As you've heard me say before, dear ones, there really are no mysteries here. We have to come back to the center. We have to live from the center, from the regeneration, from where life is bubbling up in us in each moment of now. It's so, so important to remember, and it's easy to forget. Emily talks about that. She said, Jesus kept his eyes away from the external altogether and kept his thoughts at the center part of his being, which was the Christ. Judge not according to appearances, he said, that is according to the external, but judge righteous judgment according to the real truth or from the Spirit. In Jesus, the Christ, or the central spark, which was God, the same as lives in each of us today, was drawn forth to show itself perfectly over and above the body or fleshly man. He did all his mighty works, not because he was given some greater or different power from that which God has given us, not because he was in some different way a son of God and we only children of God, but just because the same divine spark which the Father has implanted in every child born had been fanned into a bright flame by his prenatal influences, early surroundings, and by his own later efforts in holding himself in constant conscious communion with the Father, the source of all love, life, and power. And see, that's the thing we have to understand, dear ones. Jesus, the Son of God, had not one thing, not one atom, not one molecule that you and I don't have. And he didn't have anything extra than what we have. Now I realize if I was to stand here in a lot of places, I would be ushered out. Right? But check with your heart. Is this truth we're sharing? Indeed, the difference between Jesus and you and I is that he knew it, and he accepted it, and he embodied it, and he used it. He understood what the center of the fountain was and what it did, and what it did for him, and what it does for you and for me. We're the ones who walk around bumping into walls because we forget or don't believe it or have never heard that before in that way. The only difference is he accepted it. He lived it. He embodied it. And he used it. Questions or comments about that? This is the essence of unity. Finding the Christ within ourselves. That's what he did. And that's what he was trying to show us. We kept making it about him. He kept telling us it was about us. And that's why so often in today's religion, particularly Christian religion, they don't usually quote Jesus. You won't hear that very much. You'll hear Paul is quoted, the prophets are quoted, right? You won't hear Jesus quoted very often. Why? Because Jesus is talking about you. Always. If you look in, in the many of the Bibles with the New Testament, Jesus' words are in red, so you can see them. Take a look at that. They're always talking about you. That's what he came to say. We know that during his public ministry, Jesus spent hours of every day alone with God, and none of us know what he went through in all the years of his early manhood, just as you and I are doing today in overcoming the mortal, his fleshly desires, his doubts and fears, until he came into the perfect recognition of this indwelling presence, this Father in me, for whom he ever ascribed the credit of all his wonderful works. He had to learn as we are having to learn. He had to hold fast as we are having today to hold fast. He had to try over and over again to overcome as we are doing, or else he was not tempted in all points, like as are ye. Was Jesus tempted? Well, of course he was. He was on this planet. And dear ones, the world was as crazy in his time as it is now. Was it not? They had it all. They just didn't have cable. The internet. Cable's dating me, isn't it? We must recognize that it was the Christ within which made Jesus what he was. And our power now is to help ourselves and to help others. Lies in getting to comprehend the truth. For it is a truth, whether we realize it or not, that this same Christ lives within us as it lived in Jesus. It is the part of himself which God has put within us, and which ever lives there with an inexpressible love and desire to spring to the circumference of our being, or to our consciousness as our sufficiency in all things. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy. The only saving that needs to happen is for us to wake up and remember who we are. And there isn't anything that you have to do or not do to make that true. You came in with it true. As you know, I like to say, you came in barcoded with it. Does that date me? No. Or maybe it's QR code now. See? Microchip? Yeah, there you go. Microchip. So the whole point is Jesus was tempted. We're tempted all the time. This whole thing is very, very noisy. And it's very, very scary. And it gets scarier every day. So what does that mean for us? As attempting to find the Christ in ourselves, is we have to give equal time to the awareness, to the pursuit of spending time in that hammock. I was looking at the Daily Word yesterday, and the Daily Word is another tool that Unity puts out and has put out for 100 years now. You know, my mother, bless her heart, when she was alive, she couldn't care less about Unity, had no interest in Unity, never paid any attention to Unity, and she read the Daily Word every day. She loved the Daily Word. For her, it had nothing to do with Unity, and I dare say that's true for many people on this planet. They don't know anything about Unity, never heard of Unity, but they read the Daily Word every day. You don't have to be Unity and read the Daily Word. You don't have to. Anyway, yesterday, if you read the Daily Word, yesterday, I was looking at the one for yesterday, and it was about tranquility. The journey to peace is an inner one, which means serenity can be mine whenever I choose it. Even if I feel as though situations or emotions are out of control around me, I can give myself a moment to get my bearings and sail along on the ocean of peace that moves within me. As I do, I drift peacefully into the stillness of spirit, serene and relaxed. These tranquil moments are such a gift, not only to me, but also to those whose lives touch mine. I pray my relaxed demeanor inspires others to pause and regain their composure in the face of upset or conflict. Dear ones, this is not about denial. It's about choice. It's about remembering the truth of who we are and choosing to get our energy from the truth of who we are. To get our sustenance from the center of the fountain, where the life is, where the regeneration is, where the circulation is, where the life is. Choosing life at the outer edges of the pond, the stagnation, that's where the fear is. That's where the separation is. That's where folks who don't understand the truth of who they are inside and keep trying to find their power by grabbing, by pulling and pushing, forcing, hurting, thinking that control is power. Is it working? No, it never will, because it's not. And so you and I, with our daily word, with coming here, Friday night fun night, whatever, is just getting in touch with being reminded your ways that you meditate, music. I'm finding music to be more important to me than it ever was. Have you noticed that? Whatever it is, and now it's summer, getting to be summer, the radiance of things, everything's blooming. I have never seen so many rhodies. My goodness, the rhodies are incredible this year, aren't they? The lilacs were amazing. There's so much to remind us of the truth of who we are if we're paying attention. If you're focusing on the pain and the fear and the scariness of it, it's going to take you down. It would have taken Jesus down if he did that. That's why he didn't do that. If you read about how he spent his time, every day he went off by himself to get away from the clamor because he understood to come apart a while, to go within, because this is where the power is. Questions or comments? Is the idea of the fountain helpful? Yeah. Don't get stuck in the muck. That's right. Because it's pretty mucky. And, you know, my guess is we're not there yet. So it's really important for us to keep reminding each other the truth of us, because we are moving through this. We're meant to move through this. There's only one way to go, because it's the truth of who we are. How many times have I told you that? Wait till the t-shirts come. There really only is one way to go, but it may take us a while to get that, and it looks like it is. So you and I can support each other by reminding each other when we're here together, when we see each other out there, when you're looking at your little daily word or whatever you're doing. Do you have things in place for yourself to help you through these times? To help you remember that you are the fountain? That there is a hammock that you can fall into anytime, just breathe. It's always true, dear ones. I'm not making this up. Emily Cady knew. She uses old language, but she's saying it the same way, isn't she? We can do this. We are doing this. We just have to support each other through it. And we will. I promise you. And I keep coming back. In fact, I'm coming back again this month. So you're stuck with me. I'm coming back at the last Sunday of the month. There's 5. Yeah, I'm coming 2 weeks in a row. We're going to do a twofer. I don't know. We'll see what that looks like. So if there are no questions or comments, I will say that's it for me today. And just keep thinking about that fountain and where you are in the pond. If you're feeling lousy or you're feeling scummy, there's a reason. Get back to the center. Get back to the movement, to the center, to the circulation, to the life force. It's in you.
I got one thing.
Yes.
If you're feeling like you're saying it's going and cruddy, take those thoughts and issues that you feel like are making you feel that way, take them into the Christ within, and look at them and forgive them.
You can absolutely. That's the fastest way to get rid of them. Forgive them. Let them dissolve. They certainly aren't helping. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Take things personally.
Don't take things personally. That's especially important these days. Don't take things personally. And are you realizing that a lot of things that used to bother us, they just don't anymore because it doesn't matter? Have you noticed that? Doesn't matter. Let go. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Whatever it takes for you to feel centered, to feel anchored, to feel connected to the truth of who you are, because that's how we're all going to get through this. Because we're all one. And the more you and I do that, the more the whole is encouraged back towards the center. Because as scummy as it is, it's still true for all of us. Yes, all of us. We all have that center. We all have the Christ presence within. We came in with it. We are QR coded. All of us. Blessings, everyone. Much love to you.
Page 16. And we're going to sing again.
We'll do it 3 times through.
I stand here in my power, I am fully realized. I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. I manifest my dreams, all my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized. I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. With endless energy and talent, I manifest my dreams. All my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. I am. One more time. I stand here in my power, I am fully realized. I am free of limitations, I am holy, I'm divine. Endless energy and talent, I manifest my dreams. All my cells are in alignment, I'm as God created me. I am.
Thank you. I was sitting down there. I thought of a phrase that a lot of you have probably heard before about your message, that we are the ones we've been waiting for. Yeah. Okay, so now it's time to bless our offering and thank our Creator for the many blessings that we've been given and affirm our gratitude. So let's start by affirming the truth about ourselves, a theme, and then we'll bless our offering together. Okay, so this is how it goes. You say, my name is, and use your name, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. So let's repeat this together, and I'll use my name, but you use your name. And we'll say, my name is Chris, and I am prosperous, always and in all ways. Remember, always meaning forever and ever, and always as in all forms. So let's take our offering and hold it next to our heart and bless our offering together, saying, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I share, and all that I receive. Thank you, Mother, Father, God.
I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. I've got a new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. I love the silence down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. I feel the power down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yes, it is. And the whole wide world is my home. Oh, yes, it is. And the whole wide world is my home.
You just brought me back to my days when I went blues dancing. Yeah. And other dancing, too. Yes. Yes, why don't you do it now? Because then I'll say something.
So to complete our offering time, I'd like to look out and see all these fountains bubbling up here. I mean, Everett is rivaling Kansas City and Rome today. Functioning fountains bubbling up. Feel that energy in you, moving in you. It's alive, renewing, regenerating. And as you feel like it, rub your hands together so you can really feel that energy moving from the center into your legs, into your arms, out into your hands. And when you're ready, I invite you to direct that energy right here to this beautiful wood box. These are our tithes, our gifts, and our love offerings. And we place a blessing upon them. We anoint them with our love, and we send them out into the world to love, to heal, to support, to educate, to encourage, to invite. And all those blessings return to us here, heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And for the opportunity to participate in the divine flow, we are grateful. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you. One other announcement I forgot, and it's a really important one. So I wrote it down to remind myself. After service today at 1 o'clock, Amy, I can't remember her last name all of a sudden, but she is coming to do another meditation presentation with the singing crystal bowls. If you have never done it before, I would make time today to do that. Actually, I thought it was so great that we were planning to leave for Colorado today, and when I realized she was coming, I said to my husband, "No, we're not leaving yet. I want to be here for this." So, if you've never experienced it, it just transforms a meditation in ways that you would, I'm sure, love to do. So you don't have to have signed up ahead of time. It starts at 1 o'clock. Lasts until 2:30. It's a love offering. And so you still have time to go get something to eat if you want right after service and then get back here by 1. So I really encourage you. It's a beautiful day outside, but it's still going to be beautiful after 2:30. So just, please consider, if you've never tried it, do yourself a favor, because it's just a really unique, nice experience. She's been here, I think, twice before. And I was only able to come once, so I'm looking forward to it a lot today. So thank you, everybody, for coming today. And please plan to join us downstairs for a little birthday cake and a little visiting. And Nadine is our birthday queen today, so starting off the month. Okay, thank you. So let's gather around the room and join our hands, and we'll say our prayer for protection and sing the peace song. So I'm wondering, we probably can make
our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.